Hey, what's up, guys? It's Firewin. Today we're going to talk about the H-1B visas, right? Most people hear that term and immediately think foreign workers about to take American jobs, but the truth is a little bit more complicated. There's good and there's bad. So let's break it down in this video. Let's watch it.
Most abused visa systems in our current immigration system has been the H-1B non-immigrant visa program. This is supposed to allow highly skilled laborers who work in fields that Americans don't work in to come into the United States of America. What this proclamation will do is raise the fee that companies pay to sponsor H-1B applicants to $100,000. This will ensure that the people they're bringing in are actually very highly skilled and that they're not replaceable by American workers. So it'll protect American workers, but ensure that companies have a pathway to hire truly extraordinary people and bring them to the United States to work.
We need workers. We need workers. We need great workers. And this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, do you agree with that?
Well, they're $100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So
annually.
It's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land.
It could also
train
serve as
Americans,
some type
stop
of
bringing
incentive,
in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here. $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it. They love it. They really love it. They need it.
That's a big
Go ahead,
fee.
Sean.
Mr. President, it seems like there's two categories of visa programs. The H-1B that a lot of people believe take American jobs, and then the gold card and programs like EB-5 that add value and jobs to America. Is that sort of how you look at the visa program?
Well, ideally, look, if somebody's got the people, they're not going to want to spend $100,000 as an example in the second category. So it's not taking
That is
jobs.
correct.
And we need certain jobs.
So let's break down the benefits, guys, right? First off, the benefits of the H-1B visa is going to bring in highly skilled workers, right? Like doctors, engineers, software developers. I mean, these are jobs that a lot of companies in America right now, they have a problem filling, right? And they're struggling right now. So when these gaps get filled, companies keep, they keep their projects moving, new apps, new medicine, new tech that creates more jobs for American citizens, right? Sales, marketing, the whole nine, right? Another thing, right? By law, companies have to pay H-1B visas the same as they pay normal American citizens. Sometimes it can be higher, right? Depending on the job, right? I mean, it's supposed to be like cheap labor in some cases, but it can even it can push salaries upwards past where a regular American citizen wouldn't be getting paid. But don't forget the HB1 visa workers. I mean, they live here, so they're going to be paying taxes here. It's going to be going back into the local business, where the American work, the communities. So that's the upside. So let's get back into the video.
We need certain skill jobs that we don't have. But they won't be taking jobs because, ideally,
talk about
people
the
aren't going to want to.
People
They're not
are
going to.
investing in America and creating
Right, that's
jobs.
right.
So that's why I'm asking.
They're really investing
It seems like
in
you have two categories. One, Secretary Lutnick's the gold card and EB-5 that create jobs, add investment, and then there's other ones that seem to take, whether it's a J1 and O or an H-1B that take U.S. jobs.
Yeah, it's pretty correct. I would say that's a correct assessment. But the main thing is we're going to have great people coming in, and they're going to be paying. I mean, it's wonderful to say, oh, gee, we took in 25 million people that, look,
Not some
many
great
criminals,
people.
jails were open
Not
from
some great
Venezuela,
people,
from many
huh?
other countries, and they were let out of jail and poured into our country, our poor country, how it suffered with this stupid president that we had and the stupid people that surrounded him right around this desk, these liberal, crazy people that have destroyed, they could have destroyed. If we didn't win this election, our country would have been dead. Our country was dead. Think of it. And I've said this, man. The king of Saudi Arabia said, your country was dead 1 year. They thought it was dead. This country couldn't have survived another year of those people running it. And now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. Think of that. And this is going to help. And we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. This will be taken in, the gold card will be taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. And companies will be able to keep some people that they need. You know, they need people of expertise, great expertise.
All right, so let's talk about the downside, guy, right? Because it's not gonna be all sunshine and roses, you know what I mean? There are some downsides to the HB1 visa, right? So some folks feel like, you know, they're being edged out of certain jobs, right? Especially in tech. You know, even though, you know, the new law says equal pay, you know, HB1 visas are tied to their sponsored company. You know, that make them like less likely to quit their jobs. You know, they're gonna stick around much longer, right? Which some companies do like, right? It can feel like a stack competition, but here's the bigger picture. The US relying on too much foreign workers instead of training the average American to work. You know, that can be a real issue. You know, the system has been abused. Some, you know, outsourcing firms, you know, they flood application, they scoop up workers and they can contract them, you know, contract them out. Like, that's where you see the headlines about citizen being replaced, because these large companies are outsourcing all these foreign workers, you know, to come and replace American citizens. So that can be a problem. So, you know, that's the downside, at least from what I can tell. So let's watch the rest of the video. It's not too much
And
left.
it's good. I think it's going to be a fantastic thing. And we're going to take that
Then
money
we wrap it up.
and we're going to reduce taxes. We're going to reduce debt. We have a very, very strong country. We assuming everything works out great with the lawsuit that we have a lawsuit that's inspired by foreign countries that ripped us off for 25 years. But assuming we win that, we hopefully win it. It's in the Supreme Court of the United States. We have a country that no stopping us.
Okay, that's the end of the video, guys. So here's the bottom line, right? HB visas can, you know, they can help Americans, you know, keep America competitive, you know, spark innovation and even support American jobs. But there's no denying, you know, they can also create unfair competition and make us, you know, too independent on imported talent, you know, people from foreign countries. Like most things, you know, it's not all black and white, right? The question is, do the benefits outweigh the downside, right? That's my breakdown. So drop your thoughts below. Do you think H-1B visas help Americans or hurt America? Let's talk about it. And if you rock with fire, hit the sub and leave me a like. I'm out.